Hey guys, welcome to Testing Universe and welcome to Selenium interview question series. In this video, we are going to understand about a basic but most frequently asked interview question, that is, why do we write in our code WebDriver driver is equal to new Firefox driver, right? So why can't we write FirefoxDriver is equal to new Firefox driver? Why we are going to take the reference of WebDriver instead of Firefox driver class? Okay, so this looks very simple. We might have started writing directly WebDriver driver is equal to new Firefox driver without understanding why we are going to write this. So today we will try to understand that what is the main reason to write like this, and what are the benefits of writing WebDriver driver is equal to new Firefox driver. So for that, let me take you to the Java doc or Java API doc of Selenium. This is the new Selenium website. Selenium hq.org was the old one, and then selenium.dev is the new website. So they have come up with a very fresh look for their 4.0 release, but it is not yet released, right? So we will go to API docs of Java, right? Just going to click that there, and then we are going to take it to org openqa.selenium package, and inside this I'm going to click on WebDriver, right? So the basic question what we had was why we are going to write WebDriver driver is equal to new Firefox driver, or we will be writing WebDriver driver is equal to new Chrome driver or Edge driver or Safari driver, anything for that matter. Okay, so for this example I'm going to take Firefox driver. So I'm clicking on Firefox driver class. You can see here, as we all know, WebDriver is an interface. WebDriver is an interface. So since it is an interface, it has to be implemented in some of the classes. So you can see here Chrome driver, right? Chromium driver, Edge driver, event firing WebDriver, Firefox driver, Internet Explorer driver. Like this, many drivers are implemented this particular WebDriver interface. So what does that mean? Whatever methods we have declared here will be completely enhanced, right, or written for the respective classes, right? So I have clicked on Firefox driver. You can see here Firefox driver has a parent class which is remote WebDriver. Let's try to understand this. Okay, all implemented interfaces in this WebDriver is also one of them. So let me click on remote WebDriver. Ideally what happens, remote WebDriver is implementing WebDriver and its lot of methods. You can see here all implemented interfaces, that is WebDriver. Remote WebDriver class, it's a class. It has implemented WebDriver interface, and when it is implementing WebDriver interface, so WebDriver interface has what all things it has, what all methods it has. It has close method, find element, find elements, get method, right, get current URL. All these methods are implemented in remote WebDriver class. All these methods are implemented. You can see here close method has been implemented, right? Find element by locator, find elements, right, and get method, all these are implemented in remote WebDriver. when Firefox driver extends this particular remote WebDriver, all these methods are available in remote WebDriver. All these methods are available in remote WebDriver. Okay, you can see here. So now all implemented interfaces are WebDriver, and it has a super class which is remote WebDriver. Let me go to the methods. Okay, if I go to the methods, you can see here in Firefox driver you don't find implementation of get, find element, find elements, right? Close, quit, all those things implementation is not done here. Okay, so these are some of the methods which are specific to Firefox driver they have implemented. But from remote WebDriver, methods inherited from class remote WebDriver. So all these methods are implemented in remote WebDriver, and then from remote WebDriver, Firefox driver is extending these methods. Similarly, if I go to ChromeDriver, ChromeDriver will also have similar structure. You can see here ChromeDriver has a superclass Chromium driver, and then it has a superclass remote WebDriver. So if I go to the list of methods, so these are the methods which are extended from Chromium driver, and then similarly close method, find element, find elements, get method, all these are you know accessible from remote WebDriver. So in our code, okay, so if we write WebDriver driver is equal to new Firefox driver, right? So WebDriver has is an interface, WebDriver is an interface, and then from there we have got this Firefox driver as one of the child class. So it is possible to write this. But why we are writing this? We can always write Firefox driver is equal to new Firefox driver, because for a class we can create an object, right? So since this is a class, if I go to the constructor, you can see here Firefox driver. I can always create an object for Firefox driver. So let's check and understand why we are going to write WebDriver. Okay, for that first I am going to write Firefox driver is equal to new Firefox driver. Okay, I'm going to import Firefox driver, and then driver dot get. See, this will very well work. Okay, so let me just execute this, and then show you this will definitely work, because driver dot get method is accessible for Firefox driver. For that reason, this will definitely load an URL. All right, so it is loading the URL. So if for example your project is very small, or if you have only couple of test cases where you want to test only on Firefox browser, so in those scenarios, right, you can directly make use of Firefox driver, a native object. You don't have to write WebDriver driver and all right. But for example, in your project the requirement would be, right, you need to do cross browser testing, in the sense you have to test the same functionality on Firefox driver, you have to test the same functionality on Chrome driver, Edge driver, Safari driver, and many other drivers. So in that case, if for example here I have written Firefox driver is equal to new Firefox driver, and then when you write the framework, you cannot keep commenting this, and then you cannot write Chrome driver is equal to new Chrome driver. Okay, so you have to comment that, and then you need to go for this. Or for example, to your method you will be getting browser type. Okay, I'm going to just create a variable browser type, and then all right. But this let's understand, if you have a method, to that method it will come as an argument. Okay, browser type, which is Firefox driver. Right now it is Firefox driver. So what you need to do, you have to for Chrome driver also you need to initialize. All right, Chrome driver dot setup. All right, so in these scenarios, right, if you want to work on multiple browsers, for example, let me complete this code. Browser type dot equals, or you can also use equals ignore case, right, Firefox. Then what we have to do, we have to write this code here. and then else if Chrome, all right, then we have to write this code in this particular block. Okay, you can see here you have to see I'm straight away getting an error because create a local variable driver. Okay, so if I want to work on Firefox driver, you need to create a local variable Firefox driver and then ChromeDriver. You can straight away see you cannot use the same variable. You have to give driver1. Okay, so if my browser type is Chrome, you need to change this to driver1. Just a minute, let me remove this code. We need to change this to driver1 and driver. All right, so but you can see here I have declared two variables here for Firefox and Chrome. If you have two more requirements like Edge browser as well as Safari browser, you have to declare 4 times driver 1 2 3 4. But here you have to have a common variable because this reference variable or this object will be accessed or used across the code, or if it is a framework in multiple locations or multiple classes, you will be using this. So for that reason, instead of doing all these things, we can straight away write WebDriver driver. This is called upcasting. If you know about the Java concepts, this is called upcasting. So in this case, what you can do, you can use the same reference variable. All right, so the object of child class will be referencing to the parent class reference variable. That is called upcasting, and then you can directly write driver.get and then same object. Hold on a second. What is the error I am getting here? Initialize variable. Okay, so let it be null, and then whenever Firefox driver is initialized, all right, so it will that object will be assigned to this, and whenever Chrome driver is initialized, that object. Okay, now let me demonstrate with Firefox driver. So you have understood the problem, right? If you want to use the same browser instance or a reference variable for multiple browser execution in the same script, right? It is not possible with the help of with the help of same class reference variable. For that reason, you need to go for WebDriver reference variable. Okay, so let me execute this, and then it is going to call Firefox driver first. You can see here it is calling Firefox driver, and then let me close this. If I change this to Chrome, and this is also helpful in executing parallel execution of the code. It also helps in parallel execution of the code. So I am executing for Chrome now. So it is going to initialize Chrome browser, and then it is going to execute the same script in Chrome browser also. All right, so for that reason, we are going to write WebDriver driver is equal to new Firefox driver. Okay, so that is the main reason we are going to write that. So that's about this particular interview question. There might be some follow-up interview questions like, okay, if you write WebDriver driver is equal to new Firefox driver, they will ask what is WebDriver. Okay, it's an interface. Right, what is an interface? So the questions, follow-up questions will go like this: what is an interface? And then when you explain about interface, they will ask, okay, one class can implement an interface, or one class can extend an interface, Like this the follow-up questions will go, right? So you people should be prepared enough to answer all those questions. That's about this question. If you have enjoyed this video, these are the platforms we are actively available. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can follow us on this particular Facebook page. We have our own website where you can contact us, and you can also join this particular group for more updates on software testing as well as automation testing or any technology related stuff. Will be actively posting there. Thank you so much for watching.